Dan,
Dane?
we're going to be playing a very, very important game in the history of video games.
Very special game.
Very special game.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy VII. In prep for the remake coming out here in a few months. You're pretty excited, right?
I am. I'm super excited for it.
I know. I've never seen you so excited. Okay? It's been 22 years since this game came out.
Has it?
It has been. You were a much different person when you first played this game. Your cells have literally all been replaced multiple times.
I'm a completely new person.
You're a several times.
I've molted many times.
You have cloned yourself many times over. But with that game coming out, we want to take a look back, see what made that original game, so that when the new one comes out, we have something to compare it to.
Exactly.
I have played this. I ran through this again a few years ago. Brought back a lot of good memories. And so it's a lot fresher in my mind than it's yours. It's been, you beat it back in the time, right?
Back when it came out.
97.
Was it 97?
It was 97.
So that was, what year of high school was that for us?
Oh, man.
Was that freshman or sophomore
I believe that was
year?
freshman.
Okay.
I think that was our freshman year.
All I know is I failed a couple classes because of this game.
Yes.
I
studied the strategy guide in a class that you and I shared.
Was that history?
That was history class. But that's ancient history now.
It is very ancient.
So, by looking back at this, I think that it's going to give us a much better understanding of what's going to be coming. When the remake comes out, it's going to be focused, this first part, it's going to be episodic, and the first part is going to be almost exclusively in Midgar, from what I understand, right?
Yes, that's what I've heard.
And so we are going to play this through Midgar. So we're going to play the original Final Fantasy VII up to the point where we believe that the remake ends, and then we're going to play through all of that, through all the remake, and see how they stack up. How does that sound?
That sounds good to me. Yeah. I haven't played this since my initial first playthrough.
The very, very first one.
Yes.
So this is going to be, we're going to experience it all over again. Look at that sword.
Yeah.
That is an iconic goddamn sword.
I'll never forget that screen.
Okay, no you won't. He's spent much more time hitting the continue with a question mark button than the new game button. But we're gonna hit new game
go
right
ahead
now.
Start a new game,
and
here.
we're gonna watch this opening cutscene. I love it.
Mm.
So ahead of its time. Brilliant. Great CG we're about to get. Oh, look at that starscape.
Oh, yeah.
I always thought this was so haunting. Just this infinite, endless space. So hollow. So lonely.
Yeah, it seems large and small at the same time.
Yes, it does. There she is, buddy.
Infamous Eris.
That's right. You better call her Eris, too. I don't want to hear any of this Eris bullshit. Okay? It's for a few months from now. I can still pretend. The soundtrack's so good.
Oh, I've listened to the soundtrack.
Nobuo Uematsu.
So much.
Oh, pull back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That is a fantastic build-up. Midgar. What a fantastic game.
Yeah, this is the first game that I think I spent. The timer stopped working because I played so much.
Same here. It only went up to
99
hours, 59 minutes.
Yeah.
I estimate that I played for twice that. Aimlessly.
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of inefficient playing. Spent a lot of time in my beach house,
Mm-hmm.
Casa del Sol. You remember that?
Yep.
There we go. There's Barrett. Okay, so you remember this? We have the assault, the train coming into Midgar. These badass motherfuckers jumping off.
Oh man.
Oh, look
right
at that
away.
swirl. Random battles.
This music just gets you so pumped.
Yes, it does. It's so good. I'll be honest, Dan. This was one of the first JRPGs I had ever played. Like many other people, up until then, I had largely played side-scrolling games,
Mm-hmm.
Side-scrollers, action games. This is my baby's first JRPG.
Yeah. This was my first big RPG. Also, I mean, I played some smaller ones on PC.
Go click on the right guys.
Huh?
Click on. That's all right. we'll get the timing of our commentary right. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Want some extra potions, buddy?
Sure.
Oh.
Secret area.
Nobody else has ever gone back there.
I've only played it once, so there's probably a lot of stuff I don't know.
I'll try to point it out when I remember.
Okay.
I really screwed you up here. I take back everything that I was trying to tell you to do. First JRPG, and a lot of people that was the case for. A lot of people played the 6 other Final Fantasies before this, but we only got 3 of them here in the States, famously, right? We only got like every other one, and got the one on the original one on the NES, 2 on the Super Nintendo, and then this bad boy, and it was absolutely mind blowing at the time. It's very hard to put into words how important this game was, both for video games and for me personally. I don't think I'd ever played a game where your character had level growth in it. But,
right.
Oh man. And these are all great characters. I mean, our main guy. You're gonna get his name? What's his name? Ex-Soldier?
He's In-Soldier.
In-Soldier. Didn't get your name. What are you gonna name him, Dan? Cloud?
Let's keep it Cloud.
Let's keep it Cloud.
Yeah, let's keep it original.
Cloud.
Let's keep it OG.
It's good. Hey, if you named him anything else, I think that I would have beaten you up. Part of what made this game so amazing was just the production values that went into it. PlayStation had only been out for a few years by now, and I had never seen a game this big. 3 CDs long. That is an amazing Midgar's game. Hey, look, there's Barrett.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Barrett? He's a badass.
He's one of my favorite.
Badass mofo. See this. This was the power of the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
You had these... The PlayStation was both able to render polygons, like on these character models, but also had these static JPEG backgrounds. I think if you go off to the left, there's something that crazy. There's random battle.
There's a fight.
That's what I want. Here, in these fight scenes. So, in classic JRPG style, you run around an overmap and get whisked away to what I have always referred to as the combat dimension, right?
Mm-hmm.
These were completely done in polygons. It's just you versus your enemies, right?
Mm-hmm.
By now, anybody who watches this is going to know what this game is and know what a JRPG was.
Okay.
But this game, the framing on it, was just so ahead of its time. I was completely wrong. I have steered. Oh god. Oh god. There's nothing over. Hey, you got a little bit more experience.
True.
You know, and every fight in a JRPG is going to make you stronger anyway, right?
Yeah. Biggie.
Yeah. But you had these polygonal models running just all across these static JPEG like CG backgrounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's just so much detail in every aspect of the world. Oh, crit. Oh, that's so satisfying.
That sound is so good.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You have the screen flash, you have the sound.
One?
That's
all you got?
Okay, you've got 263 more ones left in you. I love it. Yeah, twirl that sword. Get your experience. But not only were the graphics not only were the graphics incredibly amazing, but this soundtrack, this score, could not do this on any of the game platforms, the game consoles prior to this. You have your rich MP3s on the CD, this rich sound, all of these different instruments. It's not just a simple, it's not just a sound chip that was punching this out. It was, the PlayStation was being used as an actual media player, right? Remember, you could play regular CDs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Couldn't.
The visualizer?
Yeah,
Was that in PS1 or 2?
Visualizer was in 2.
Okay.
On this one, it was like, you go in there and there's like dots or something that represents each of the tracks that you then just go over to. Anyway, the entire production makes Midgar seem like this dystopic, industrial, just sprawling city inspired by Blade Runner, right? Like the very, very thick cyberpunk themes here. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah.
I mean, just all of the rust, Akira too. A lot of pipes just running everywhere. Just a really thick atmosphere to it. And obviously, with the remake coming out, we're going to be able to see that from an entirely new perspective, since what we've seen here so far has all been like turn-based with number crunching. The remake has that, except it's much more action-oriented.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into the new combat system, see how that works. It looks good from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And they also redid the soundtrack,
I didn't actually... I guess that hadn't occurred to me, but it makes perfect sense, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, they just re-recorded all the music and,
Great.
Updated it.
I mean, I guess you would want to, considering the more live action, like you'd want it to actually be engineered to go and produced to go with the actual action happening.
Barrett's mad.
Yeah, look at Barry. He turns away.
He's so angry.
I always liked how the elevator kind of has that bob to it. It's just bobbing up and down. Oh, Jesse. Yeah. I always thought that thing looked like a UFO right there.
Oh.
Yeah. But, I mean, look at this. Look. One of the things that I always liked about this, going back to the JPEG backgrounds, is just how dense it is with information, and there's just so much going on. These long staircases, all of this stuff, and because your models are polygonal, they can be scaled up or down to give you a real sense of distance. There's going to be scenes here where, like what we just saw a second ago, where the camera's pulled way back, and it seems like you're running through this place. But then there are going to be some, like in that elevator, where everything is really up close and a lot personal, more personal. And what I sincerely believe that what that presented, just from what that gave us from a presentation perspective, really just blew everybody away. The other Final Fantasies, you haven't gone back and really played any of the other Final Fantasies in the series,
so
right?
This was the only one I ever beat.
Right.
I played a lot of 8, some of 9, and a lot of 10, but yeah, I never finished it.
Yeah. So you have never spent any time with the previous ones, 4, 6?
Not much. I think I might have played a little bit of 6.
Yeah. A lot of great games. Great in many different ways. What was amazing about the Final Fantasies before this game was they kind of alternated between being combat focused and being narrative focused. Final Fantasy IV was the first one to implement the active battle system, but also had really rich and deep characters, where Final Fantasy III had focused on the gameplay and created the job system that had been, which was later used in Final Fantasy V, expanded there, and in Final Fantasy Tactics. But they kept just alternating, being incredibly ambitious. There's our save point. It's always just look at that spinning C right there.
Oh, what is that?
Oh yeah, your little hand.
Okay.
So you get on it? Yeah. And of course, I start talking and just drone on. Have you been able to pay attention to the story? Like...
Yes. Yes, it's all coming back to me.
So, I mean, very straight to the point. You've got your team here, Avalanche. Cloud has been brought on to help them assault this reactor, and you're just diving. You're just going in, right? You're just going for it.
Just put you right into it.
That's right. Just meeting all these crazy enemies, and they're beam gun.
Oh man. Just all the sounds are just so good.
They are really good, aren't they?
Yeah.
They sound impactful. One of the things I really like about what they were able to do in these, in the actual combat scenes and in these fights, is the other games, because they were pixely. Barrett's got his limit break. Love it. I love these limit breaks. Were so impressive.
Let's go, Barrett.
Oh yeah, big shot. Oh, pull that. Oh, boom. 241.
Oh, it's so good.
I even really like the way that they disappear, like the red. It's not quite like a wireframe, but they just disappear. You're right. The sound effects, all of that, really, really impactful.
How much do the potions hit? Okay, 100?
Yeah.
So, let's get Barrett a potion.
Cloud,
yeah.
Healing Cloud.
Oh yeah, actually, is this the fight right now?
Yeah.
I think it is. What? You get a potion too.
Insert note for me. In the previous Final Fantasies, because they were pixel graphics, in the fights, whenever one would attack, its animation was, it would just kind of like wave its weapon up and down, and then you'd see like a slash across the enemy that was hitting. Cloud, you set the bomb.
Just do it.
Pull nothing. And what I really liked about the combat here is that you're actually running up. Oh, what's happening?
It's not just a reactor.
Oh, you got a premonition. Because the models were actually able to animate, they were actually able to run up to each other, hit each other like directly, and it was a much more like impactful kind of sense to it. You know, it actually gave weight instead of them abstractly waving around. And this is a perfect example of this. This is the first boss of the game. Our little, was it Scorpion? What is this guy called again? I don't know.
I forget.
Did it just show us? Just tell us. But this fight is a really early example of like how, like the scale that this game, that the combat is able to work on. Oh yeah, look at this. I really like how the limit breaks like soup up your time, like auto-fill, so that you can act again.
There we go.
Braver. Nice. That's a nice, impactful hit. I even like the way that his sword sparkled, like right before he jumped up.
Let's do it again. One of my favorite things out of this game was the materia system.
Materia system is a very deep system.
Yeah.
Oh, and I love this. You remember this? So he's got a counterattack.
That's right.
You'd already been set up for it.
Yeah.
But now you know what to look for. And at least, hey, you got another limit break. Oh. You know. I think he healed him.
Maybe a little bit.
I mean, this is what's nice about this counterattack system is that it just shows that there's like a series of like causes and effects, right? Like there's some strategy to it. You know, hey, I don't want to mess around. You don't want to just cast a bunch of attacks willy-nilly. You actually want to think it through. Yeah. So cinematic. Look at the way the camera moves around those models. And again, all because of they were polygonal. Couldn't do that before. Mm-hmm. The leap between the presentation from 6 to this is just remarkable. Kind of thank God that this game never ended up coming out on 64. Remember that? You familiar with that?
Mm-hmm.
They were originally prototyping it to work on the 64, but when Nintendo decided to go with the cartridge, that wasn't aligned with what Square, where their ambitions for it were. Nice. I love defeating a boss. You get the nice, rich, like deeper
like vanishing sound.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. It's much more elaborate.
I will take that.
Got a nice assault gun. New equipment. Okay. Now that he's gone, Dan, got a nice little time limit going, alright? Got 10 minutes to make your way out. Do you remember what you were doing to get out, or was I distracting you the entire time? Do you know what you need to do?
Yeah. I need to get used to these old controls again.
The time will still count down regardless of what screen that you're looking at. So when you save, when you're in a fight. Did you want to try equipping your assault gun?
Oh, jeez. Okay, guys.
Oh, God. You really tore through that scorpion tank quick.
Yeah, I remember that fight being longer.
Yeah. It's amazing how quickly time flies now that you're an adult. Everything, 5 minutes is like 10 hours when you were a kid. I really like the juxtaposition between the two characters that you have right now. And not just because one's white and one's black, but because one has ranged physical attacks and the other has melee, right? You've got Cloud with his big sword and Barrett with his big gun, which comes into play with where you place your enemies, because you can actually, I don't know if you remember this, your enemy or your characters are on this line and they can be moved further or to the enemy or back. And if the farther back you are, you take less damage from physical attacks, but you also deal less damage with those same attacks. And Barrett, because he's a ranged, because he's got the gun, he can be further back without taking that damage loss. Are you aware of that? Do you remember that stuff?
I don't know if I remember that.
Yeah. I'm pretty positive, unless that's just another made-up Dane fact. Talk to her. I will tell you that so you don't.
Yeah. Make sure I don't miss any materia.
Okay. Yes. We want you to get all of the material.
That's one thing. That's my major regret from the first playthrough.
You don't remember which one you missed?
It was in a sewer in the beginning somewhere. I forget which materia it was.
Yeah, that's what the guy.
The item materia, I think,
sent the tsunami at you.
But gosh, I think I went back in.
That's okay.
Yeah, I missed that one, and that's one of the ones you can't go back and get.
Yep.
Because my first playthrough, I think I maxed out every materia I had.
Knights of the Round.
Do you remember setting up those fights? I mean, I guess we'll eventually get there with the remakes, but I haven't. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but I remember you'd set up your attacks, and you'd have guys copy your attacks with the mimic materia.
Oh yes.
And the animation would be so long, you'd set it up, and then you'd sit there for 35 minutes and just watch them attack.
With like Knights of the Round, you
yeah.
mean? Oh yeah, those summons lasted a long time.
Yeah.
And they only got worse in like Final Fantasy VIII. It wasn't until Final Fantasy IX that they wisely let you like have a shortcut through it. And that was actually at the time. Your over reliance on the summons, like they were kind of game breaking, especially in number 8. They could be if you were playing it wrong. But in this game, yeah, they really are OP. But they were so impressive that you really wanted to see them anyway.
Yeah.
So they're a mixed bag. Like the summons always look good. I mean, Ifrit. Remember the first time you saw Ifrit come down?
I loved them all.
Oh God, they were really, really
good. That new gun is no match for Cloud Sword.
No, it isn't. Nice. Look at that victory. Look at that victory pose.
Take it all. About to push a button there.
Oh, you have to go down to that little area right there.
Oh.
And there may be a little treasure chest down here too. Yeah. Phoenix down. I'm sorry, you may have to talk to one of those guys. I thought they were just...
I'm running out of time.
You're good. It's only been half.
Later.
It was only after I started reading and watching Berserk that I realized that I'm pretty sure that his giant-ass sword was inspired by that. I know you don't know Berserk, but the main character in that wields this giant-ass sword. It just kind of destroys everything. I'm pretty sure Cloud was directly inspired by that.
Was this the first game to have a character with a giant weapon? It was comically large.
It's the first one that I remember.
Yeah.
Talk to Jesse. Oh, talk to Jesse first.
You already deciphered it once, Jesse.
And now talk to Biggs. Biggs, I'm pretty sure is inspired by one of Luke Skywalker's friends in one of the Star Wars movies.
Oh, really?
There's Biggs and Wedge. There's Biggs here, and I think there's a Wedge here too.
Oof.
Oh man, that 10. Oh. Sorry. The enemies are... the enemy designs are really weird in these games if you sit and think about it for a second. Oh, I'm fighting this giant scorpion. Oh, I'm fighting this guy that shoots like...
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at this. Counter rate.
Look at this RNG.
God. These blue guys. Like, they can't do anything else with those hands except shoot. Like, that must be a life of pure misery. You're like, boy, I'm really hungry. All I can do is, I can shoot my food, but I have to just kind of bury my face in it.
Just got a belly flop on a bowl of noodles every now and then. Oh, I'm getting XP.
Yeah, you are.
Right.
You're leveling up with a
I'll survive. I'll survive.
Go. That's it. We're at the end. I thought this scene was so impressive at the time.
And that's how Avalanche proved they were fighting for the people by keeping the poorest in Midgar from warming their houses and feeding their kids.